Jason and I met. But before I get into that, I have a little bit about me. Because the last time I met with Happenstance, Jason kind of took over the show and told all about himself, which is totally fine with me. So anyways, I live in Abington with Jason. We have Caitlin. Well, she's my daughter, but he would tell you that she is his daughter too. We love her to death. Of course, kind of have to love her. I mean, she is mine, but he loves her because she's the world to him. Let's see. Before I met Jason, I was in a pretty rough relationship with Cait's dad. Eventually, I told him he had to leave, and he did, and we tried to be civil with each other. We don't really talk that much, but it is what it is. After I left her dad, I was single for a year. My mom every day would tell me, don't have any more kids, you don't need to be in a relationship with nobody. Just take care of yourself. So I did. I stayed single for a year. I didn't date anybody, didn't really talk to anybody. I went to work, I came home, I took care of myself. One day it was suggested to me to go on this dating site, and I went on there and met Jason. He sent me a message, and then one day after talking back and forth on there, he sent me a message with his phone number telling me to call him if I want to. So of course I called him, and we spent the night talking on the phone for probably 8 hours at least. And the whole time we just talked. There was never a dull moment in our conversation. After that, we started talking about like me coming down and meeting him. So one day I went over to my mom and told her that I had to meet this guy. And first she was like, no, wait till the roads get better. You've never traveled by yourself, and it's a 6-hour drive. So I just kept telling her, like, there's something about him. I have to meet him. I have to. And she said she could see it in my eyes that there was definitely something about this guy. So we kept it to between her and I. She took care of my animals for me, and I drove 6 hours, spent less than 12 hours with him. And after that first time of meeting him, I knew that I had to meet him again. I had to get to know more about this guy because he's just seemed too good to be true. So 2 weeks later, we made plans for me to come back down, and I came down and spent the whole weekend with him, and I had a blast. Like, he was funny, he was good to me, he treated me with respect, and it was a great time. After that, we started talking a little bit more and getting to know each other more, and made plans for me to come down after Christmas. We started officially dating on December 27th, and after that, it's been nothing but pure heaven. Like, everybody says, they can't find true love, and you can't find true love on the internet. Everybody's looking for their knight in shining armor, and I found my knight in medical tags. He's a great guy, and he would give you the world if that's what you asked for, because he's given me everything that I've wanted. And when I came down, I was a mess. I still had so much baggage from my previous relationship. I was insecure, I was jealous, I constantly thought that he was gonna be mean to me, and I didn't know how to handle him being nice. Like, he was always nice to me, and I kept waiting for him to be mean, and he would say, like, you need to get mad at me, you need to yell at me, like, this isn't right for you to always be this nice to me. And when I would fight with him, he would never fight back. And we did this for probably the first few months of our relationship, and it never got bad, and I'm grateful that it never got bad. But it's hard when you're in a relationship for so long, and for so long you're just kind of beat down day in and day out by the person who's supposed to care about you. And then when you come into a relationship and you're not being beat down, and you're just having somebody who's bringing you up, it's such a strange feeling to have that one person bring you up. And that's all he ever did, was he lifted me. So anyways, after 2 weeks of living down here, like, I started hearing rumors that people were saying that I abandoned Caitlin. Well, one person started a rumor saying that I had abandoned my daughter, that I just left her behind, I dropped her off at school, and I left her, and that wasn't true at all. And people now see that that wasn't true. But it still hurt. It hurt to have people think that a mom can do that to their child. But I mean, there are parents out there that can do that to their kids, but there's no way I could ever give up on my daughter. She's my life, and there's no way I was gonna give up on her. And begged, prayed every night, and just like wanted her to come and live with me, but I let it be her decision to stay in Warren and go to school and finish out the school year. But 2 weeks after I moved down, like 2 weeks after I moved down, we went back home so Jason could meet Caitlin, meet my parents and my sister, and take Caitlin to a dentist appointment. And after, it was a great weekend. Everybody seemed to get along. My parents seemed to really enjoy Jason's company. I believe he cooked dinner for them while we were there, which he's an amazing cook. But after we left, we were probably an hour into our drive back home, and my mom calls me. And the same woman who one day was telling me, don't have any more kids, was saying, when are you guys gonna have kids? You need to have kids. This guy, you need to make him a dad. So here we are 4 years later, and we have Caitlin. She is, like I said, she is our world. He loves her like he is. She's been part of his life from day one. But it breaks my heart that we haven't had anything yet, like not even any sign. I hope one day that before I get too much older, that I will make him a dad one way or another, whether it's in vitro or adoption or even fostering, because there's a lot of kids who want to have a family to live in. Our dream come true of being parents. And I hope that over the course of these videos, everybody here sees just why I love this man. I mean, who wouldn't? He's a fighter. He puts up with so much with his vision and his diabetes, and he just continues to fight and take care of his family. And he would take care of anybody just because that's who he is. And he's just a great guy. I can't say any more than that, but he's just great. So I just want to let people know that, you know, you have to look, you have to find that knight in shining armor is out there. Sometimes you just have to look behind the guy that's standing in front of you to get to the guy behind him. Because I don't think if I would have stopped looking, or if I would have stopped looking at the first person, I would have never found Jason. And he's worth everybody's time. He's great. And it seems like every time I take him back to Sheffield to meet my family and stuff, everybody falls in love with him. And it's just like, Pinkie who? Who's Pinkie? Like, where's Jason at? And I'm okay with that, because he deserves it. I have gotten a lot of flack, I guess you can say, about living so far away and moving away, but I couldn't take him away from his doctors. He's got a great medical team out here that we rely on, and over the last week, like, we really are going to be relying on these people, because it kills me to know that his kidneys died. And sorry, I can't lose him over his kidneys. I don't think anybody can ever understand that unless they've had to deal with somebody that they lost over kidney failure. Sorry. I'll try to contain myself. So, as I said, my life over the past 4 years has been the best life possible. I couldn't imagine being where I am today if it wasn't for him. When I first moved down here, I had so many horrible jobs, to the point where we almost lost everything we I had really, really crappy jobs. The job themselves weren't bad, it was just the pay wasn't there, wasn't what we could survive off of, and with him being disabled, he doesn't get a lot of money for disability. It's pretty sad actually that how hard it is that he wants to work and nobody wants to hire him because of his vision. So it sucks that he has to deal with that day in and day out, and that he was letting me follow my dreams of working in a pet store. It's like one of my dreams was to always become a dog trainer, and that job almost made us lose everything we had. Now I work at the Veterans Center and I love it. I wish I would have taken this job 4 years ago when his mom told me to take it, but I was being stubborn, but now I'm there and can't imagine ever working some other place. So I hope as you watch the videos you'll see my life, see who I am and where I've come from and what I've done with myself. I hope that through these videos everybody gets an understanding of how hard it is to struggle with wanting to have children of your own and knowing you can't, and people that do struggle with that will see that you're not alone. It sucks and you're not alone. I hope that people that watch these will eventually get to see Caitlin and see how having a mental illness can really mess up with your life and the effect that it has on your life. I mean, she's 16 years old and has to deal with being bipolar and have to take medication every day. Jason's 39 years old, will be 39, and has to deal with taking pills every day and poking himself every day. Me, I have nothing wrong with me and don't take anything and still struggle day in and day out just to have children, or at least one more, so you know that Jason can be a dad and Caitlin won't be alone the rest when Jason and I are gone. Because nobody wants to be alone. Nobody. So keep on keeping, and you know, like I said, you'll find that knight in shining armor. He's out there. You might find him in the grocery store or walking down the road or online like I did. I would never have thought that I would fall in love with something online. So like I said, hopefully these videos keep people seeing that there are better things in life. You just gotta keep positive.